Video game adaptations to TV shows and movies. There's just something about them.
Luigi, lock off all these valves. What?
The acceptable adaptations are few and far in between. Like, seriously. Look at what has been coming out recently based off of video games. In our last couple of videos, we talked about The Last of Us and Halo on Paramount Plus, and we decided to combine both of those together. Well, not exactly. Let's not give Paramount any more ideas.
Please unsubscribe from their service.
The Last of Us is set to premiere for HBO in 2023, and I am cautiously optimistic for it. If you did not watch our analysis video of The Last of Us, it is definitely in my top 3 games of all time, and it's my #1 narrative in all of video games. So I was initially apprehensive when I learned a show was in the works because of what I mentioned at the start of the video. I remember back upon the game's release, my brother and I wanted an adaptation for the game, and I was watching a show called Raising Hope, and at the time I thought Garrett Dillahunt would be a solid choice for Joel. Then I saw him in an episode of Brooklyn Nine-Nine and wanted it to happen more.
Hey buddy, sorry I'm late. I had to get this dumb medal from the commissioner for a double murder I solved last year.
Been there. I had a pretty crazy morning myself.
Jake, your taquitos explode in the toaster oven.
Joel is set to be portrayed by Pedro Pascal, who is an incredible talent and should carry Joel's emotional weight from the games to the silver screen. He has been in some very popular shows like Narcos and The Mandalorian. Ellie will be portrayed by Bella Ramsey. She was previously a noblewoman in Game of Thrones. A recent quote from Pascal sparked my interest in the show in a substantial way. It's similar to the way Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni treat The Mandalorian, and how Mazin and Drunkman are treating The Last of Us. It's in good hands because they love it so much. Well, clearly Neil created the game, but Craig loves it so much, he said. So it is really made for people that love it, and there's some very intense storytelling for people who might be less familiar. Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni have had much creative control over Star Wars, with Favreau being the director of The Mandalorian and Filoni being a producer on the show. Filoni wrote the animated Clone Wars and Favreau directed the show. So this comparison does hold some weight in my opinion, and with Pascal being in many successful shows and video game adaptations having a rocky history, this does not seem like a role he would pick lightly if I were to speculate. The trailer that was released for the show did look faithful to the source material.
Take that, Halo.
Sorry, still have more rage in my system than I anticipated. They even used the music from The Last of Us.
Take that, Halo.
It does look like it will be the game's story being told with presumably new elements that will be added for television. But the main point is that it does look like a faithful adaptation. There have been some leaks that can confirm this with character costumes and scenes from the games in the show's filming process. Some notable leaks are Sam and Henry,
Two brothers,
with Joel and Ellie, and they are in accurate winter apparel. There are also some photos of Joel and Ellie riding a horse in Colorado searching for the Fireflies. The attention to detail is there, and that is also what makes Naughty Dog games so fun and memorable. Copious attention to detail. They scouted locations for filming that resemble the games very well. The story for the show will closely resemble the game, and Craig Mazin said the TV series will add a moment not in the games that will make our jaws drop. So let's be on the lookout for that. On a personal level, I really want this show to be done well because it's a story that I hold in such high regard. That's why I went and made a 23-minute video on the game. It looks to be on track, but time will tell once the episodes roll out. What do you think about The Last of Us, the game and the upcoming show? Let us know in the comments. Please consider subscribing to the channel and leave a like on the video. We'll see you in the next one.